sweet. How sweet. Let me hear you now. That song was composed because of God's goodness and because of his divine grace. And it was sung with a meaning because they knew that nobody could bring them through what they had gone through but God. And it had to be his amazing grace. And they didn't just drag it, they sung it because it came from their heart. Knowing what God had done and is doing for them. He's still the same God today. That's why they sing that song. And grace. Come on, pick it up. How sweet. Why don't you sing it like you mean it? Love. That. Like me. Like me. Was lost, but now, And there came an angel from the Lord, and sat under an oak which was in Oprah, that pertained to Josh the Abiezrite, and his son Gideon thrashing wheat by the winepress, to hide from the Midianite. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him, and said unto him, The Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor. And Gideon said unto him, O my Lord, if the Lord be with us, why then is all this befallen us? And whence is all these miracles which our father told us of, saying, Did not the Lord bring us up out of Egypt? But now the Lord hath forsaken us, and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites. And the Lord looked upon him and said, Go thou in this might, and thou shalt save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have I not sent thee? And he said unto him, O my Lord, wherewith shall I save Israel? Behold, my family is poor in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house. And the Lord said unto him, Surely I will be with thee, and thou shalt smite the Midianite as one man. And Gideon said, I am the least in my father's house. That's what I want to deal with. I am the least in my father's house. Amen. From the book of Judges, the 6th chapter. Amen. I read from verse 11 through verse 16. Amen. This is a story that happened to the Israelites. After that, they had conquered the land after the conquest of Canaan. After that, God had given them the victory over the Canaanites. And at this time, amen, Israel had went back on their promises to God, just like many of us do today. We call on God and ask God to deliver us from certain, amen, situation. And as soon as God delivers us, we go right back to the same thing. And this is what happened to the Israelites. God had delivered them after one thing after another. And yet they failed to commit themselves wholly, totally to the Lord. And when they failed to commit themselves, then God allowed their enemy to override them. Now, at this particular time, after the death of Joshua, the Midianite had overran the Israelites. So much and so until they were hiding themselves in the mountain and in the cave, in the den, amen, because of the fact they had went away from God. Not that God had left them, but they had left God. And so they cried unto the Lord just like we do. When in certain situations that we know we can't handle, and we talk to our friends and loved ones and they can't help us. Because we find out that they're in just as much problem situation as we are, or more. And so we have to turn to the Lord. And that's what Israel did. They called on God, amen, when they were hiding from the Midianites. And when if you read the story, when they would plant their crops, the Midianites, they would come in and invade their crops. And